It is a book that was quite popular during the first 700 years of church history, but then faded from sight. Nobody republished it. It disappeared until the Book of Enoch was rediscovered in the Ethiopian region of Abyssinia in the 1700s.
Imagine a book so powerful, so terrifying, that it could drive people mad and shake the very foundations of a religion. Such a book exists, hidden from the world for centuries. Known as the Book of Enoch, it was once a revered text, but its controversial contents led to its suppression. Rediscovered in Ethiopia in the 1700s, the Book of Enoch offered a glimpse into a world beyond human understanding. Its revelations were so shocking, so at odds with the prevailing religious beliefs, that they sent shockwaves through the early Christian church. Priests, scholars, and ordinary people alike were left trembling in fear after reading its pages. The book's secrets were so profound that they could not be contained. Some who dared to delve into its depths were driven to madness, their minds unable to comprehend the terrifying truths it revealed. Others, more resilient, were forever changed by the experience. They carried the weight of the book's knowledge, their lives forever intertwined with its dark secrets. But what exactly does the Book of Enoch contain? And why has it captured the imagination of so many, from religious scholars to modern-day podcasters like Joe Rogan? Let's explore this enigmatic text and uncover the terrifying truths it hides. The Book of Enoch, an ancient text shrouded in mystery, was rediscovered in Abyssinia, Ethiopia, in 1773. Though attributed to the biblical figure Enoch, son of Jared, it is actually a pseudepigraphical work, meaning it was written under a false name to lend it authority. According to Joe Rogan, a vocal supporter of the book, its contents offer essential truths intertwined with political intrigue and the human struggle for power. Rogan has invited numerous scientists to his podcast to discuss the book's profound implications. The Book of Enoch is part of a larger group of pseudepigraphical works, including other texts supposedly penned by biblical figures like Adam, Shem, and the 12 patriarchs. This ancient text sheds light on the diversity of Judaism during the Second Temple period, revealing that there wasn't a single monolithic form of the religion practiced in Palestine at the time. It also offers insights into the emergence of apocalyptic Christianity. Interestingly, the original manuscript of the Book of Enoch seems to have disappeared by the end of the 4th century. However, thanks to the discovery of the Dead Sea Scrolls, fragments of the book have been found in various languages, including Greek, Latin, Syriac, and Aramaic. Traditionally attributed to Enoch, the son of Jared, the Book of Enoch is a mysterious text that has captivated scholars for centuries. However, given that it was written long after Enoch's presumed death, its authorship remains a subject of debate. One of the most prominent figures associated with the book's rediscovery is James Bruce, a renowned Scottish explorer and scholar. Bruce, known for his quest to uncover ancient knowledge, returned from his travels with a remarkable find: the Book of Enoch. He believed this text held the key to understanding the origins of evil, including the devil. The early Christian church, however, denounced the book, and it was preserved only in fragments within the Ethiopian language of Ge'ez. Bruce's discovery offered a startling revelation. The devil may have once been humanity's ally and mentor. Amidst Britain's territorial conflicts, Bruce embarked on extensive travels, studying native cultures and artifacts. It was during this time that he likely learned of the missing Book of Enoch. His journey to Abyssinia was driven by a dual purpose: to find the Blue Nile and to recover the lost book. Bruce's fascination with the ancient Ethiopian language, Ge'ez, and his travels to hostile regions is often linked to his Masonic beliefs. Freemasons believed that Enoch was the founder of written language and the discovery of the Book of Enoch would validate their traditions. However, instead of confirming their beliefs, Bruce found a text that suggested a far more unsettling idea. The devil was not originally an antagonist, but rather a source of wisdom who had been targeted by God during the flood. Due to this controversial narrative, the Book of Enoch remained unpublished during Bruce's lifetime. The release of such a text would have caused significant unrest, contradicting the prevailing religious and social climate. As a result, despite its rich imagery, the Book of Enoch remains largely a footnote in history, overshadowed by the life and adventures of James Bruce. In 1946 to 1947, a group of young boys tending their sheep near the Qumran caves in the Judean desert made a remarkable discovery. While throwing rocks into a cliff opening, they heard the sound of shattering pottery. Intrigued, they explored the cave and found large clay jars containing leather and papyrus scrolls. These scrolls, later identified as part of the Dead Sea Scrolls, were over 2,000 years old and included portions of the Book of Enoch. The Book of Enoch has long been dismissed by clerical scholars who claim its revelations are not divinely inspired. Yet, the ancient text offers profound insights into the creation of the world, detailing tales of fallen angels, violent giants, strange cosmological events, and other mystical revelations. Many believe the book reflects elements of Babylonian mythology. Joe Rogan argues that these myths hold answers to many scientific wonders. If the book has been acknowledged by Christians, why is it dismissed as false? Enoch, the book's credited author, is often portrayed as a prophet who was taken to heaven by God to learn the secrets of the end of time. However, to others, he is merely a product of ancient fan fiction. The story of Enoch unfolds between the tales of the Garden of Eden and the Great Flood found in Genesis. Though Enoch is mentioned in the Bible as the seventh of 10 pre-flood patriarchs, the Book of Enoch begins with an ominous description of the end times. In detailing the earth being ripped apart and the final judgment of sinful men, the book immediately introduces mysterious creatures called the Watchers. Initially, this group of 200 angels was tasked with observing history. However, they descended to earth, lusting after human women and taking them as wives. This is where the story becomes truly captivating, reminiscent of a progressive narrative from Lord of the Rings. The wives of the Watchers birthed giants that devoured everything in their path, and when resources ran dry, they turned to devouring people. The Watchers, having corrupted humanity with their knowledge and lust, watched in horror as their creations descended into chaos. The giants, their offspring with human women, ransacked the land, while the Watchers taught these women charms, spells, and herbalism, perpetuating the sexist portrayal of women as deceivers. Meanwhile, the Watchers gifted men with knowledge of metallurgy, leading to the creation of weapons and armor and, ultimately, war. Recognizing the extent of their wrongdoing, the Watchers tattled on one another to God, shifting the blame onto Azazel, a scapegoat often depicted with goat-like features. The passage of time at this point is somewhat confusing. In response to the warring men, destructive giants, and crafty women, God prepared to cleanse the earth. Noah received a divine warning about the impending flood and began building an ark. The plot takes a sudden turn as Enoch, with little explanation, appears in heaven. God immediately tasks him with damning the Watchers, who would spend eternity as demons. He also establishes purgatory to hold the souls of all people until Judgment Day. Over the following passages, God takes Enoch on a journey, revealing visions of the end of time. These visions, familiar to readers of Daniel and Revelation, appear early in the narrative, unlike their placement at the end of the Bible. God and Enoch call out individuals, naming them and declaring their impending doom. God empowers Enoch, making him the leader of the archangels named Metatron. The Book of Enoch is a collection of significant stories, including one about angels, a special tree, Jerusalem, and the universe. However, the most intriguing part is about fallen angels who had intimate relationships with human women, resulting in giant children called Nephilim. The angels also taught humans advanced knowledge, leading to the Great Flood and destruction. Nephilim, meaning fallen ones, are often seen as giants. This idea originates from the first book of Enoch. However, there is debate about the source of their size. Some believe it is due to their supernatural nature, while others argue that angels or demons cannot have children with humans. Another theory suggests that the Nephilim were simply regular people who deviated from the righteous path. Some propose that the sons of God were descendants of Seth, a righteous member of Adam's family, and that the Nephilim were his family members who turned away from God. The Book of Enoch is divided into 5 distinct sections: the Book of Watchers, the Book of Parables, the Astronomical Book, the Dream Vision, and the Epistles of Enoch. Altogether, these make up a total of 100 chapters. Among these, the Book of Watchers stands out, presenting a fascinating account of otherworldly beings and their forbidden interactions with humanity. At its core are the Watchers, angelic beings described as both the sons of God and the sons of heaven. In Chapter 7 of the Book of Watchers, the Watchers are depicted as heavenly beings who were originally sent to observe humanity, to guide them in their early stages without directly interfering in their development. Many believe that these Watchers, referred to as the Gregory in Enoch 2, were angels tasked with watching over human progress from a distance. They were prohibited from engaging with mankind, no matter how strong their urges might be to do otherwise. As Enoch recounts, as humanity grew in number, the beauty of human women became undeniable, and it did not go unnoticed by the Watchers. It was this beauty that caught the attention of these angelic beings, stirring desires within them that led to a momentous decision. In Chapter 7, the Watchers, overwhelmed by their attraction, deliberated amongst themselves and chose to take human women for themselves, abandoning their divine responsibility of mere observation. They impregnated these women, violating the boundary set by God. Samjaza, alternatively Samyaza, the leader of the Watchers, cautioned them, warning that their actions would lead to severe consequences. He expressed his concern that he would bear the brunt of the punishment for this transgression against divine law. However, the other angels reassured him that they would all share the burden equally, willingly accepting whatever repercussions might come. It is said that 200 Watchers in total descended upon earth, all driven by this desire. They took human women as their wives, an act which profoundly altered the natural order. The leaders among these Watchers are even named in the Book of Enoch, and it is said that they imparted forbidden knowledge to their human wives, teaching them sorcery, incantations, and the secrets of the natural world, such as the use of roots. This sharing of divine knowledge was a direct betrayal of God's will, for these mysteries were not intended to be known by humankind. In doing so, the Watchers not only defiled humanity through physical relations, but also corrupted them by revealing secrets of the heavens meant to remain hidden. The union of these Watchers and human women resulted in the birth of a new race, hybrids of angels and humans, known as the Nephilim. The identity and nature of the Nephilim have been the subject of much debate. However, Genesis 6:1-4 offers some insight, describing the Nephilim as being present on earth in those days and afterward when the sons of God, interpreted by many as the Watchers, took the daughters of men as their wives. These offspring, the Nephilim, were said to be mighty beings, described as heroes of old and men of renown. While interpretations vary, the general consensus points to the Nephilim as powerful beings born from the unnatural union between divine watchers and human women, a legacy of rebellion against the divine order that set the stage for further chaos in the world. Many, including Joe Rogan, have suggested that the Watchers' descent to Earth is connected to the concept of aliens discussed today. However, in Enoch, the offspring of the women and Watchers are described as giants who began to consume everything that men had built. Chapter 8 reveals that Azazel, a Watcher, taught men the use of swords, knives, and warfare, while other Watchers taught mankind the secrets of heaven, incantations, and sorcery. Azazel introduced men to paint, stones, and dyes, allowing them to manipulate and alter the world. Chapter 82 explains that Azazel's actions led to increased impiety, fornication, and corruption among mankind. The other Watchers taught men astrology, science, and astronomy, but their presence ultimately led to the destruction of men, and their cries reached heaven. Archangels Michael, Gabriel, Raphael, and Uriel witnessed the chaos on earth from heaven. In chapter 9, they went before God, primarily blaming Azazel for his teachings and corruption. They also blamed Samjaza for teaching mortals sorcery and for copulating with the women, creating the ungodly giants. They pleaded with God for guidance on how to restore the earth. In chapter 10, God sent Uriel to find Noah, the son of Lamech, and inform him of the impending flood that would destroy the earth. Uriel instructed Noah on how to escape the flood and preserve his seed for the future. God then commanded Archangel Raphael to bind Azazel and cast him into the darkness of the underworld. The Book of Parables stands out among the other books of Enoch, as no fragments of it have been found within the Dead Sea Scrolls. This unique text has a deep connection to the Beta Israel community, who likely carried it south from Egypt to Cush, and later to the Ethiopian highlands. The Book of Parables must have been part of their collection before 200 BC, as their primary holy book, the Orit, is based on an early Greek version of the Septuagint that circulated between 225 and 200 BC and contained only 8 books. The origin of the Book of Parables is a subject of much debate, with scholars often overlooking its history within the Beta Israel community. Many claim it is a Christian-era book written between 50 and 200 AD. However, this assumption is based on manufactured evidence from translators who interpreted the text through a Christian lens. One of the most obvious examples is the phrase "Son of Man," often used throughout the Book of Parables. While it is often seen as a reference to Jesus Christ, a closer reading reveals that it has no connection to Jesus. The text is not about prophesying the coming of the Messiah, but rather the flood of Noah. Like many Messianic Jewish works, the Son of Man in the Book of Parables is clearly Seth, the patriarch of all the humans who survived the flood. The Hebrew phrase Ben Adam, translated as Son of Man, is also Son of Adam, a title given to Seth in the opening lines. After a brief genealogical introduction in chapter 37, Enoch is presented with 3 parables. These are not parables in the same sense as Jesus' parables, but rather contain oracle-like material. Chapters 38 to 44 concern judgment. Chapters 45 to 57 deal with those who deny the name of the Lord. And chapters 58 to 59 discuss the fate of the elect. The final 2 chapters add legendary elements to the story of Enoch's translation into heaven. The Book of Parables within the Book of Enoch offers a unique perspective on the righteous and the unrighteous, their judgment, and the secrets of heaven. In chapter 38, the Book of Parables introduces the concept of a coming judgment for both the righteous and the unrighteous. The righteous community will appear, and the sinners of the world will face judgment. The righteous one, a leader of this judgment, will reveal their secrets, and all the kings of the earth will perish. This theme echoes in the New Testament, particularly in Mark 14:21, where Judas is described as someone who would have been better off never being born. It also appears in later Jewish works like Ezra, which depicts those facing torment in Hades. In chapter 39, Enoch experiences a whirlwind that transports him from earth to heaven. There, he witnesses the dwelling places of the righteous among the angels. This place, under the wings of the Lord of Spirits, is a place of eternal praise for the righteous. Enoch sees the elect one of righteousness and faith, presumably the same as the righteous one mentioned earlier, and responds with praise. Enoch then encounters a vision of innumerable angels, including 4 who do not slumber. These 4 figures, similar to those described in Revelation 4:5, stand on the 4 sides of the Lord of Spirits, surrounded by a vast crowd. They are Michael, the merciful and forbearing; Raphael, in charge of disease and wounds; Gabriel, in charge of power and strength; and Phanuel, in charge of those whose hope is eternal life. In chapter 41, Enoch reveals the secrets of heaven, including the workings of kingdoms and the weighing of people's actions. He witnesses the cosmic stores, the sun, and the moon, which no one can hinder. Chapter 42 continues this theme of mystery with a poetic personification of wisdom, searching for her place among the children of men, but ultimately returning to dwell among the angels. Chapters 72 to 82 of 1, Enoch, collectively known as the Astronomical Book, offer a captivating journey into ancient astronomy and its impact on religious practice. This section is dedicated to an elaborate study of the cosmos, aiming to pinpoint the exact length of a year. In chapter 81, Enoch receives a divine directive to examine the tablets of heaven and relay their contents to his son, Methuselah. These celestial tablets are said to contain all future events for humanity, though these predictions are framed through the lens of astrological calculations. Enoch's transmission of this knowledge to Methuselah in chapter 82 reveals that the true astronomical year should be 364 days. This revelation is considered accurate because it was communicated directly by the angel Uriel. To the modern reader, this astronomical discourse might seem esoteric and disconnected from the New Testament. However, biblical scholar John Collins sheds light on its profound significance. According to Collins, the purpose of this section was to prevent the sin that could arise from calendrical errors. Accurate worship, in this view, hinges on a precise understanding of the heavenly mechanics. The central contention of this text is the year's length, with the entire section dedicated to validating the 364-day calendar over the more common 360-day calendar. This seemingly arcane debate was far from trivial in the first century. The proper calculation of the year had crucial implications for religious observances, particularly the timing of festivals and sacred rites. This issue holds considerable weight, not just in New Testament scholarship, but also in the study of the Dead Sea Scrolls. The Qumran community, known for their rigorous adherence to the calendar, believed that celebrating Passover on the incorrect day was a serious transgression. They condemned the priestly elite for their use of the 360-day calendar, choosing instead to follow the 364-day calendar endorsed by 1 Enoch. The alignment of 1 Enoch with this 364-day calendar may explain its special status among the Qumran sect. For them, precise calendrical calculations were not merely a matter of accuracy, but a crucial aspect of spiritual fidelity. The difference between a 360-day and a 364-day year could mark the boundary between divine favor and spiritual error. This underscores why 1 Enoch was so valued in their community and highlights the broader significance of ancient astronomical knowledge in shaping religious practices and beliefs. The Book of Enoch, a mysterious and controversial text, offers a glimpse into the ancient world, revealing a tapestry of religious, philosophical, and cosmological beliefs. From the fall of the Watchers and the birth of the Nephilim to the secrets of heaven and the coming judgment, the book provides a rich and complex narrative. While its origins and authorship remain debated, the Book of Enoch offers valuable insights into the diverse religious landscape of the Second Temple period. It challenges prevailing religious narratives, offering alternative perspectives on the nature of good and evil, the origins of humanity, and the divine plan. Despite its controversial nature and its dismissal by clerical scholars, the Book of Enoch continues to captivate and intrigue readers. Its revelations offer a glimpse into a world long forgotten, inviting us to explore the depths of human imagination and the enduring power of ancient wisdom.